second graders, it's Mrs. Affiero. I'm here to talk to you today about solving word problems and using bar diagrams to help us. So I have a problem here on the board that we're going to talk about and go over, and then you will try a couple problems on your own in your remote learning packet. So my problem says, Abigail baked 14 cookies. James baked 6 fewer cookies than Abigail. I baked 10 more cookies than James. How many cookies did I bake? So let's first think about what this problem is asking us. It is asking us to find out how many cookies I baked. But in order to find out how many I baked, I first have to figure out how many James baked because I baked more than James. So I know that this problem has 2 steps to solve it. So I'm going to start at the beginning with Abigail's 14 cookies. And I'm going to think about James baking 6 fewer cookies than Abigail. That word fewer is a clue to me that James baked less cookies than Abigail. So I know that 14, Abigail's amount, is my bigger number. So it's going to go at the top of my bar diagram. Remember, the top number is always your biggest number. It's the total. Now, if James baked 6 fewer cookies than Abigail, I know that Abigail baked 14, James baked 6 fewer. That 6 is the difference between the amount of cookies that they baked. So I'm going to put 6 at the bottom of my bar diagram because it's the smaller number and it's the difference between the cookies. Now, I know that I don't know how many cookies James baked yet. That's what I'm trying to solve. So I put a question mark in my other small part of the bar diagram. Whenever I see a bar diagram that has the top number and one bottom number with the other bottom number missing, this tells me that I need to subtract. So my first step would be to start with 14, take away 6 to get how many cookies James baked. So I know that 14 minus 6 equals 8. So James must have baked 8 cookies. But I'm not finished yet because I haven't figured out how many cookies I baked. I baked more cookies than James. So my amount of cookies is the biggest number that we're going to have in the second bar diagram because I baked the most. Now, I don't know how many cookies I baked yet. That's what we're trying to solve. I'm going to put a question mark at the top because I know that my amount will go on top because it's the biggest. James baked 8, and I know that I baked 10 more than him. So I have my 2 small parts. I'm trying to find my bigger total. This bar diagram tells me that I need to add these numbers together. So my second step will be to add 8 plus 10. And I know that 8 plus 10 equals 18. So how many cookies did I bake? I baked 18 cookies. It's really important when you're solving word problems to stop and think about what the problem is asking. Try to visualize it in your mind and think about how to solve it. Think about if it's 1 step or 2 steps. And bar diagrams are a great way to figure out which operation you need to use to try to solve the problem. Do we add or do we subtract? Okay, I hope that was helpful, and good luck on your next couple problems on the reteach page. Bye, guys.